Hello and welcome everyone to the Flash Archive Animation Exploration. Let's watch #educational. Alright, welcome to Flashpoint Archive. We're gonna have a look at some animations today. Yeah, see, we're gonna get some less than ideal options come up here first, but we would like to find the educational hashtag. I wonder if I could get that lucky. No, not quite. Maybe if I look up Disney, then we can use something in there. Surely will be educational. Surprised if here we go, educational. So this is our tag here. So this is what I need to type in next time. Tag, then colon, it looks like educational. And this will bring up all of the options that we have for learning from Flash videos from a lot of these aren't going to have a release date, unfortunately. But we can, if they're interesting or if we dispute any information in them, we can always look it up. This is from 2004, apparently, according to Flashpoint. It's got a bit of religion information in it, about fire. Well, how about we watch that, but first I must test. So
Pele is the goddess of fire in the archipelago of Hawaii. She changes her appearance as she pleases. Normally, she is a beautiful goddess with long lava-colored hair. She can also appear in the form of a dog or an old woman. Pele hasn't always been a goddess, nor was she always wicked. This is the story of how she became the way she is today. It all began with a family row. Pele and her sister, Namakaokahai, the goddess of water, both lived on the island of Tahiti. Nobody knows why, but they quarreled, and Namakaokahai, who was mad with rage, started to chase after Pele. Pele hid inside a crater in the north of the archipelago of Hawaii. But Namakaokahai found her and filled the crater up with water. Pele escaped and went in search of a new hiding place farther away. Her sister found her again, and the same thing happened time after time. Then one day, after a long, hard struggle, Pele died.
No.
Her spirit rose up to the sky and she became a goddess. She came to rest in the Mauna Loa volcano on the great island of Hawaii. To this day, her hair can still be found near the lava fountains of the Kilauea volcano. It is believed that she lives inside the crater. Often, she loses her temper, and every time this happens, the volcano erupts. People say that it doesn't take much to make her angry. To try to calm her anger, the people of Hawaii hold ceremonies in her honor and offer her lots of presents. But Pele is very ungrateful, and she often replies by throwing lava out at them.
The end. I wish I had have seen more of that. I was busy trying to figure out the audio issues that I've been having. So, but anyway, that seemed to work as intended. I think I got the audio pretty good there. But yeah, I mean, let's look at another animation video. And if anybody out there has any ideas for some interesting Flash animations to watch, we're restricted to not intensely intense, I might say. So right now we're on #educational to sort of curb that and lean into YouTube slowly and softly. And so we'll do some education and learn. I wonder if I can do this. I don't know what this program is. If you look here on the left, where the Flash logo is, that means that this is it's created in the program Macromedia Flash, the software Macromedia Flash. The orange one there is Shockwave, but this one I'm not too sure. Let's have a look at this. The Milky Way VR ML2 model is based on a statistical representation of the three-dimensional density distributions of stars of various spectral types. Oh, cool. I wonder if this will work. I'm not sure if this is going to work. If I'm going to be able to... Oh, interesting. It's coming up as a Netscape browser. Interestingly enough. Hang on, I'm going to see if I can get this. Get a view of this. never mind, it is much more difficult than I thought it would be, so yeah, that's okay, that's fine. Once again, if anybody is hanging out here with me today, if you could let me know how my audio is going. I have tested a few times, but it always distracts me from my goals, and that's the problem with learning how to stream. It's there's so many buttons to press and windows to open. I've got two monitors, which, you know, it's pretty good. I'm not sure I like this music though. I think I want more chill music. But this is the only one that I could find that seems to be stream safe straight off of YouTube. I'd like to buy some music, but it is what it is. Alright, let's have another look at another video. Should we learn about the stages of meiosis? See, I don't think I'm even going to know what half of these things are talking about. I mean, maybe we need education for the education. Classic. Ancient Egypt. Shall we learn a little bit about ancient Egypt, maybe? That sounds like fun. Alright, let's go for it. Ancient Egypt with Annie and Moby.
I'm writing hieroglyphs. They're a set of symbols the ancient Egyptians used to read and write.
Yes, bird bowl hook.
What was ancient Egypt like? A civilization is a culture that has systems of government, education, and beliefs. Ancient Egypt was a civilization that started about 5,000 years ago and ended about 2,000 years ago. So that means it was around for about 3,000 years. Right, Moby? Ancient China and ancient Egypt existed around the same time. Over thousands of years, ancient Egypt spanned different parts of Northeast Africa.
Exist at the same
The
time?
Nile was really important to life in ancient Egypt. The ancient Egyptians depended on the Nile for food and water. The river flooded every year and provided rich soil for crops. The ancient Egyptians dug canals to bring water to their crops. and even invented a special machine called a shadoof, which was a lever that lifted buckets of water. People from all over traveled the Nile, and ancient Egypt became an important place for trade. Ancient Egypt had times of peace and times of war. Different rulers fought to take control over the land, people, and trade. Who lived in ancient Egypt? Ancient Egypt was divided into different classes or groups of people. The pharaoh was the ruler of an ancient Egyptian kingdom. Tutankhamun was a pharaoh who lived over 3,000 years ago. His tomb was found in 1922, and people nicknamed him King Tut. Cleopatra was the last and one of the most famous pharaohs of ancient Egypt. The pharaoh chose priests and priestesses, who led ceremonies and festivals to honor gods and goddesses. One of the most important gods was Ra, the god of the sun. Ancient Egyptians believed that the pharaoh was the living body of the god Horus. They used the symbol of his eye to protect against evil. Many different people lived in ancient Egypt, including noblemen and women, who were powerful members of the community, merchants who traded goods, musicians, and farmers. There were also scribes, or people who learned to read and write hieroglyphs. They wrote on papyrus, a paper made from reed plants that grow along the Nile. Today, experts can understand hieroglyphs mostly because of the Rosetta Stone. The Rosetta Stone was discovered in 1799. It has the same text written in 3 different languages, including hieroglyphs and Classic Greek. People who could read Classic Greek compared the Greek text with the matching hieroglyphs to figure out what the symbols meant. What remains from ancient Egypt? Today, you can still see ancient Egyptian ruins or the remains of buildings. The Great Sphinx is a giant statue that has the body of a lion and the head of a pharaoh. It's the world's largest statue made out of one piece of rock. The pyramids of Giza were special tombs for pharaohs. Some experts believe it took 20 years and 50,000 people to build the biggest one, which is sometimes called the Great Pyramid. Mummies were found inside some ancient Egyptian tombs. A mummy is a body that has been wrapped and saved in a special way so it doesn't break down. After pharaohs or other important people died, they were mummified. The Egyptians believed that their bodies and spirits could live together forever, even after death. The mummies were put into tombs, along with things they'd want in the afterlife, like food, furniture, and jewelry. Experts study artifacts from ancient Egypt to learn about their culture and history. Cats were one of the animals ancient Egyptians respected, maybe because cats protected against rats and poisonous snakes. Some pharaohs were even buried with mummified cats. What do you think it says? It says, it's time for lunch.
Hey, I think that's it. I don't know, I can't tell. It seems like it's it. Time for lunch.
I'm writing hieroglyphs.
Well, good. That was excellent. I really enjoyed that. Bit of ancient Egypt. History. Let's, why not learn about some asthma? Same person. Oh, we're in the brain pop section. But yeah, why not learn about asthma? Something that a lot of people deal with, myself included. Here we go. Learning about asthma with Annie and Mookie. Welcome.
That belongs to Colin. It's medicine for his asthma. What is asthma? When you breathe, air goes in through your nose and mouth, down your windpipe, and into tubes that go into your lungs. Asthma is a special condition that affects the way a person breathes. People with asthma breathe normally most of the time. But during an asthma flare-up, it can get a little hard to breathe. The airways, or tubes going into the lungs, get swollen. The airways get narrower, so it's harder for air to move in and out of the tubes.
Yeah, and it sucks.
The airways also make more mucus, which is a sticky slime that coats the tubes. During an asthma flare-up, the person might cough or wheeze, which means breathing with a whistling sound. The person also might feel a tightness in the chest. People use an inhaler during an asthma flare-up to help them feel better. The medicine in the inhaler can work pretty fast. What can cause asthma flare-ups?
Anything.
A trigger is something that causes an asthma flare-up. People with different asthma have different triggers. Exercise, pet hair, plants, and dust can trigger asthma flare-ups in some people. Strong smells like cigarette smoke and perfume can also trigger asthma attacks. Remember, if things make you cough, it doesn't mean you have asthma. Sometimes laughing hard, yelling, or crying can trigger flare-ups in some people with asthma too. Some people get attacks every once in a while, and other people get them more often. Many people have asthma. There are several students at my school who have it. But it's not contagious, and you can't catch it from anyone. How can people control their asthma? People with asthma can lead healthy, active lives. They can control flare-ups by avoiding or staying away from triggers. Mia has asthma, and pet hair can trigger attacks. So, Senior Marie stays outside in the backyard. Sometimes, Mia discovers things that give her problems. She writes it down in her asthma journal so she remembers. She also keeps track of when and where she gets flare-ups. When Mia knows she's going to be near a trigger, she keeps her inhaler close by. Just because she has asthma doesn't mean she can't be near pets or plants, but she does pay close attention to her body and her environment. People with asthma have a special plan and know what to do during a flare-up. If someone's having an asthma attack, stay calm. Give them room to breathe. Ask if they have their medicine or if they need help. Be a good friend and make sure they feel better. Asthma might seem a little scary, but it can be controlled. Many athletes have asthma, and it doesn't keep them from reaching their goals. Colin has asthma, and he's the fastest runner in the whole school. Okay, Moby, you're the fastest runner in the whole school.
Good one, Moby. That was good. That was very informative. Thank you, Annie. All right, yeah, let's keep going. Let's just keep having a gander at some of these videos. If you're out there and want to get involved, if you see a title here that interests you, like chickenpox, Maybe we'll get out of brain pop. See, this is just one of the sections. We've got lots of these lots of brain pop. Are they all the exact same format? It looks like it. That's pretty wild. And a lot of mysteries of life with Tim and Moby. We've got a different presenter in this one. What have we got here? Last minute book reports. This is a Disney thing. I don't know if I'm going to get DMCA'd by Disney. Homer's The Siege of Troy. Yeah, let's have a gander at this one then. We'll learn a little bit about the Siege of Troy. 300, I think. Is that what we're looking at here? Oh, this is loaded up. Not how I want to load up. So, I think we're going to try something different. I don't think that worked as I would have liked to have worked. So, instead, shall we learn about the Matrix? Yeah, I think let's give it a go. This was released in... Oh dear, here we go. Take the red pill and watch the critically acclaimed, award-winning first episode of the Matrix trilogy. Released in 2003. So there is an official website there, www.themeatrix.com. Shall we take the red pill? We'll see what happens. We'll see how red this pill really is. Welcome to the Matrix.
Here you go, Leo.
Leo,
Who are you? And how did you know my name?
I am Morpheus, and I know a lot about you. Have you heard of the
Morpheus.
Matrix?
The Matrix?
Do you want to know what it is?
Okay.
The Matrix is all around you, Leo. It is the story we tell ourselves about where meat and animal products come from. This family farm is a fantasy. Take the blue pill and stay here in the fantasy. Take the red pill and I'll show you the truth.
Uh-oh. Not the red pill.
Welcome to the real world.
Wow! What is this horrible place?
This is a factory farm, Leo. Places like this are where most eggs, milk, and meat come from.
How did this happen?
I'll show you. In the mid-20th century, greedy agriculture corporations began modifying sustainable family farming to maximize their profits at great cost to both humans and animals. Factory farming was born. Animals are packed as closely together as possible. Most never see sunlight, touch ground, or get fresh air. Many can't even turn around. These cruel conditions cause fights and disease amongst the animals. To fix this, the corporate machine began systematic mutilations, practices such as debeaking chickens. And they started adding a constant dosage of antibiotics to their feed, just to keep these poor wretches alive. This overuse of antibiotics breeds super strains of resistant disease-causing germs. Every day we get closer to an epidemic that cannot be stopped.
Ew! What's that smell?
12 million pounds of excrement. This pollutes the air and groundwater. That's why communities near factory farms often suffer from high levels of related sicknesses.
Well, it smells like shh.
And what's more, factory farming corporations have been destroying communities and mistreating their workers for decades. Since 1950, over 2
This is a
million
lie.
small hog
I've never
farms have
seen
disappeared.
bipedal
there'll be no
robots
real
stomping
independent family farms
farmhouses.
left.
Propaganda.
That is the Matrix, Leo. The lie we tell ourselves about where our food comes from. But it's not too late. There is a resistance.
Count me in! So how do we stop a Morpheus?
We are going to spread the word, but it's you, the consumer, who has the real power. Don't support the factory
The
farming.
consumer.
There's a world.
I mean, that's true.
Click here.
Stop
and
buying,
I'll show you what you can do to escape the Matrix.
Stop buying crappy, unethical products, and they'll stop existing. Am I right, folks? Am I right? Yeah. So that's the Matrix. We're not going to click on any sort of links there. But yeah, let's keep going. Let's keep having a look. There is the Matrix 2, number 2. Oh, 2.5 which I guess 2.5 comes after. But I suppose we better watch the Matrix 2, Revolting. Once again, guys, welcome, and I hope you enjoy the Matrix 2.
In the past 2 years, we've freed over 10 million minds from the Matrix. People are waking up to where their food comes from and are starting to buy healthier, sustainable animal products. You've done well, Leo.
You are the one.
Chickadee.
Ahem. There are many facets of the Matrix yet
Imagine
to be
those babies.
exposed. Come on, we're going in.
Wow! This place is great! I love what they've done with the pasture.
Leo.
I wonder if they have
Leo.
room for any pigs.
Leo.
What?
Look through the illusion of the Matrix. This is the way most dairy farms used to be. See what's really here. This is a modern-day dairy factory. It can be called a farm. Most of our milk and cheese come from places like this. Most cows spend their entire lives between here and the milking parlor. These unhealthy conditions often make them sick despite daily antibiotics. Their tails are cut off. Get down. These are agents of the Matrix. They are pumping these poor animals with RBGH, an artificial growth hormone that Canada and the European Union have both banned.
And what's
Yeah,
that?
but what doesn't Canada ban? Am I right?
The calves are separated from their mothers at birth. They are being fed milk replacer that's made in part from cow's blood.
You don't mean...
Yes, Leo. The dead are fed back to the living. Mad cow disease can be spread by this unnatural profit-driven practice.
That does it!
Are you sure he's the one?
So nice of you to join us, Mr. Henderson.
My name is Leo! This is for small family farmers! This is for the big hormone! And this is for the cows! Oh!
You are the one.
Forget about me! Stop the dairy factories!
They got Morpheus! They put him in the truck! They're driving away! Where are they going? They've got him! What do we do? Who am I?
Cleo!
We've got to rescue Morpheus!
But you heard what he said. We've got to shut these factories down.
I've got it! We'll rescue Muphius if you help us stop these dairy factories. There are still small family farms where you can get your dairy. By supporting them, you'll help end the Matrix.
Come on, Leo.
Ah, yes. The Matrix Part 2. Now, I'm pretty sure there is a Matrix 2.5, so I guess we look at that next. Let's look at The Matrix 2.5. By the same person. We'll have a look at the creator of this in just a moment. But welcome to The Matrix 2.5.
Who are you?
I am Muphius. Have you heard of the Matrix? Welcome to the real world.
Forget about me! Stop the dairy factories!
We've got to rescue Muphius! Muphius is in there?
Come on.
This factory, Muphius, can process 5,000 cows in a single day, all to feed our fast food nation.
Propaganda.
Beautiful, isn't it?
West of.
But your own workers are getting injured thanks to your insane need for speed.
Profit is the name of the game, Muphius. Speed has its costs. Meatpacking is the most dangerous job in the nation. But just like you, my friend, our workers are expendable.
The line is moving so fast that manure is getting everywhere, leaking from the intestines right onto the meat.
What's a little E. coli between friends? Anyway, it's time to say goodbye, Mr. Muphius. Farewell.
Slow down the line! Now!
Thanks, guys.
Cut the crap. Genius. And that was the meeting, or the Matrix, as it were. That was created, well, published by Y8. The creator seems to be Lewis Fox, Jonas Sachs, Grace Sustainable Table. So there's a few organizations involved in that propaganda there. No, but I've got nothing against that, so let's keep going. Let's learn about the Earth. This has got theology in it again, so it's going to be a religious-based one, which I think we just did before, so let's try and find another one. Again, welcome anybody and everybody here today. If you would like to see any of these videos that I go past, feel free to jump in. If you want to learn about urination, we can see if we can get that going. It is a different file format than Flash, so I'd have to set it up differently, but let's keep going. So Brain Pop we had a look at before. These are all very similar videos to one another. So I'm trying to get a couple of curveball. I wonder what this is about. Baseball. Interesting. shall we learn about some curveball? And I think that might be the video there, folks. I think we are experiencing the curveball. As you can see, the ball starts in the top left and exits the pitch in the bottom right. It's as amazing as it is glorious. Thank you very much to Tony Mangiacapre of showmethephysics.com for curveball. What would we do without you? Queer Duck episode. Ku Klux Klan. I think we'll stay away from those ones for now. Let's get this. The Greens, buy less stuff. See, I feel like there's a lot more propaganda on here than I would have originally estimated. We might have to go into the educational games and see what goes on there, because yeah. I guess people back in the day rather play things than just to watch things. Well, do you know what it is? Watching things took a lot of time. Watching Flash videos, especially the bigger ones, the bigger they were, the longer they took. But a wait could be anywhere from half an hour to an hour just to watch one video. That was pretty normal for most people. So maybe some people got the internet faster, but I'm talking about from Australia, a major city in Australia. Watching Flash movies, even loading websites took a long time. This is during the days of dial-up and early broadband internet, and it took a long time to download these videos sometimes. So let's get a bit of music going here again while we have a gander and figure out what to do next. So welcome again, thank you guys for watching. This is a bit of a chill stream, not much going on here, just watching some fun educational videos from Flashpoint. And I'd like, if anyone has any nostalgic memories of Flash, feel free to contribute. I'm gonna have a look and we'll get into another video shortly. Alright, we're in the educational games now. I think that might be a little bit more fun. We'll be able to interact with the games and learn things along the way. Around the days in 30 day dress up. That's not very fun. Balloon pop. Balloon popping's always fun. What is this about? Maths. I don't know. Not a very good mathematician. Mathematician. I'd like to find a quiz or something. I suppose if we just go quiz. Let's do some quizzing, folks. I gotta find something that I'll know things about first. I'm not sure I'll know enough about cats to do a cat quiz. Maybe. This is from the RSPCA. It's an Australian created cat quiz. Shall we? Let's have a look at the cat quiz. Where does a cat live? I guess a cat basket. Good work. That's the right answer. A cat should have its very own comfortable cat bed in a quiet location that is protected from very hot and cold temperatures. Indeed, that is correct. What should a cat always have a bowl full of? Food? Well, water. I mean, obviously, cola. Let's go with water, of course. All living beings need water. Humans are something like 80% of water. Don't quote me to it. I'm already spreading misinformation on the internet. If your cat is sick, where should you take it? I suppose the vet. You could try and take it to the hospital, but they'll probably turn you around. So yeah, go to the vet if your cat's sick. What should a cat wear? Obviously a collar with, and I imagine that says name tag. I'm not a big fan of this game, so let's try and find another game. It's too easy. We need something like the countries quiz. Here we go. This is a bit of fun. Educational quiz by spikedmath.com. How many countries can you name in a few minutes? Type in as many countries as you can. Now this is from 2011, so who knows, there may be countries that exist now that didn't then, or that existed then and don't now. It wasn't that long ago, it was that 12, 13 years ago? Let us have a go of the countries quiz. How many countries can you list in the space of 3 minutes? Click start to find out. Alright. How many countries can we think of? Australia, Brazil, Argentina, Mexico, Croatia, Serbia, Ukraine, Russia, Italy, Germany, France. What else we got? We got the Netherlands. Incorrect. What about Holland? Alright. Well, what about England? Incorrect. Canada. United States. It's probably annoying me talking over the top of this, and there's no music. Incorrect. India. Pakistan. What else have we got? We've got Syria, Iran, Afghanistan. I wonder if all the countries I'm coming up with are just countries that have been involved in wars. And so that's why, here we go. One that's not a war country, New Zealand. Let's see what it says about Israel. That's not a country. What about Palestine? That is definitely a country. Greece, of course. What about... This won't be one. It won't know what this is. Hey. We're pumping them out now. Still plenty more to go. Wonder if it'll know this one. Hey, winner. No, I was not going to do Hawaii. What? Oh, already did that one. Oh lordy. Lots of African ones. What else have we got? Did I do Luigia? Malta, that's another one. Spain. Ecuador. Jamaica. 41 countries. That's pretty good. 41. Can you beat my 41? Probably not. Because I'm amazing. And you're not. No, that's rude. let's play something else.